Happy Thursday. This is the fourth day I've tried to record this week and it's just not happening. Wednesday I ended up going to the hospital to check up on my ear. I was taken in on Friday for the day and eventually I came home and I thought it was healing up, but it wasn't. I was called in to see the ENT on Wednesday, so that happened. That took most of my afternoon. I got the all clear for that, so that was good news. Then yesterday, our 17-year-old dog took his time but went to Rainbow Bridge and I didn't feel like recording after that. So Monday I didn't feel like recording. Tuesday I didn't even think about picking up the camera to record or anything. Today I thought I'd better do something, try and keep in the habit of recording to be able to post a video on time. I know I missed last week. That was just unfortunate circumstances of events that happened with my health. But today my daughter's coming down from North Yorkshire with her husband and their 3 grandkids and their 3 dogs. So we're going to have a very, very full house, but it'll be fun. It'll be nice to see them under sad circumstances because Jakey was Kirsten's dog from being born. We had him when he was 5 weeks old, and the only reason Jakey didn't live with her is because he had seizures, and because they're a military family, Jake didn't cope with all this newness of the changing and whatnot. So after a long discussion and many tears, we decided that Jake could stay with us. And although we've moved house twice since she and Dane got married and become a military family, we still found it was difficult for Jake to cope with both moves. But he's 17, he's had a really good life, but no matter how much talking you do to try and make it okay, it doesn't stop the pain, because they're not just dogs, they're not just animals, they're part of your family. They're one of your kids. Jakey became Charlie's dog. After Kirsten moved out, he just connected with Charlie on a different level. Charlie was about 11 when that happened. So it was difficult last night to see him suffering and struggling. Charlie had mentioned earlier in the week that he knows Jake hasn't got much time and he doesn't want to hold on to him selfishly, but he's scared to make that decision in case Jake makes a comeback, because he'd done that about 6 months ago when our vet recommended putting Jake down because he took a drastic turn for the worse. And Charlie decided to try some medication that they suggested, which we did, and Jake picked up. He's never had the same quality of life, but he did have quality of life. You know, he used to love to come on the front when we were cleaning the cars or just chatting with our neighbour or something. And he was still interactive with us. He was still somewhat eating, but as long as he was drinking and trying to eat something, we kind of give him a little bit of leeway. But yesterday was Wednesday. I got back quite late from the hospital and Charlie was out on a business trip, and when we both got back almost at the same time, and when Charlie saw Jake, he noticed he hadn't moved from his position on Charlie's bed. He's wrapped up in a blanket and he'd had an accident, and that's not like Jake. He will get up and do his business outside or near the door, but we knew then that it wasn't going to be long. And then as the evening went on, Charlie decided to bath him and see if that would help comfort him. He was making these strange noises, and we knew the time was coming. And I think come 8 o'clock-ish, we knew that it probably wasn't going to last the night. So we called Kirsten, and they made a the decision to drive down here today. Jake left us around 10:30, 11. I didn't know at the time. I don't want that kind of information in my head. So they made the decision to come down today with the boys, and that they're having him cremated so they can share his ashes. So I'm taking him tomorrow with Kirsten and Charlie to the crematorium, and we'll fetch Jake back on Wednesday. But I know my daughter's going to be in a complete mess. She's such a dog person. I mean, she's got 3 dogs of her own. You know, she lost our Jax about 2 years ago now, quite suddenly, when he was coming back from a walk with Dane, my son-in-law, and he just collapsed, had a seizure, and that was Jackson's life over. He's only 3. We thought he was totally healthy. He was the dog of all dogs. He's the perfect dog, because he just thought he was a puppy. You know, he loved Jake. He was so much bigger than him, but he loved Jake so much, and he'd look out for him and protect him, or what he thought was protecting him. And then later last year, they had another dog, and unlike him whatsoever, he'd got no mean bone in his body, but for some reason, he turned on my older grandson and bit his ear, and which needed stitches. So with Dane being a dog trainer, they knew what they had to do, but none of us wanted that to happen. But at the same time, when a dog bites a human for apparently no reason, it's the hardest decision in the world to let them go. And the horrible thing is, they were close. Max and Jensen were so close. They were like best buddies. So it was just extremely strange that he would turn on Jensen like that. And then, I think that was last year. And it was a year before, unfortunately. I don't remember this kind of information. I don't want it stuck in my head. Then December before last, Kirsten went to see a dog from the breeder that we had Jackson from. It was a fantastic breeder. And then I decided I was going to get a dog as well for me. And I fell in love with two boys. Kirsten had the sister, and she's now got their aunt. And I had the last 2 boys. I thought, I can't separate them. An experience with Jake tells me that a dog needs a friend. You can't just have one dog. And I ended up with hello, baby. You gonna say woof? You gonna say woof? Oh, you're gonna say hello instead. Hello, my handsome boy. Shall we say hello to Taylor? Oh, you're not interested. Well, here's Taylor. He's my little happy feet, because when you come home and he sees you, he does the happy dance like the penguin in Happy Feet. So he's my little happy feet, aren't you, baby? Are you my little happy feet? Are you my little happy feet? You're my handsome boy. Oh, you're still annoyed with me because I wouldn't let you in the bedroom? I'm sorry. So that's my boys. You'll probably see a lot more of those across my channel as time goes on. So yeah, my boys they're my heartbeat, you know. Pain in the arse, but they're my pain in the arse. So yeah, I'm just trying to find my bearings today. Being without Jake is surreal, because as I say, for 17 years we've had him, and 17 years he's been a joy. He's been an easy dog to care for and to have around. You know, I even taught him to drink out of my straw, and that dog knew. That dog knew. He definitely got his own personality. But it's strange being here without him now. And at the moment, Sasha's gone out for a walk with Steve. They've had a walk to the shop. So it's a little bit quiet here right now as well because Sasha's not here, and she's only one, and she bounds around a lot more than my two boys do. When my boys start, they play fight a lot. My furniture goes sliding over the place 'cause I've took my rug up for a while. My furniture goes sliding all over the room, and I never know how my living room's going to be one day to the next when they start. But it's what I took on. They're my dogs, and it doesn't bother me. I just means I have to keep putting my furniture back, and it's no big deal. I've got laminate flooring. I've took my rug up. Initially I took it up to clean it, and I'm still waiting for it to dry. So for the time being, the the furniture slides everywhere. So I'm just on my phone because I'm trying to set up my camera to the tripod setup I've got for my desk. I've just got a new arm so I can use my camera looking downwards so I can show some things I'm working on when I do my studio vlogs. So that's what I'm doing today, and I'm also printing off a copy of my book review journal. I don't know if I'm going to source that out at the moment. I may do it myself, but it depends on the quality. I've tried different GSMs of paper, and I've not found the right one yet. So it's quite likely I'm going to source that out with 4 of my new notebooks, which I shall do in the next few days, the next week, or whenever it comes to it. So yeah, that's pretty much most of it at the moment that's not studio related. I'm still undecided if I'm going to do studio videos separately or insert little bits of it in these videos. I have labelled my channel as being life, home and work, but on the advice of one of my other small business friends, she recommended that I do a separate channel for my work because it's a specialised interest, which I totally understand. So I need to figure myself out, but right now I need to get to that routine of filming because I'm not used to walking around with the camera in my face, or my phone. So I've got some figuring out to do. When you have one of those weeks that the most simple things can just become the biggest issue? Yeah, that's what I'm having. 3 times this week I've tried to sort out my studio area in my living room. My poor living room. I think if I take it over 6 more inches, because it'll be in the front garden, it's getting desperate. And it's frustrating because I've got nowhere else. Oi, calm down a bit. I've got nowhere else to put it. But I'm struggling. I've just spent an hour printing off some sublimation, some photos to sublimate onto some t-shirts and sweaters for my grandsons and my daughter. Let me show you one of them that I've got. This is one that I've done. This is where Jakey was healthy. It's probably quite a few years ago now, and there wasn't much difference to him compared to the end. It was just a lot more grey, which is quite endearing on an old dog, in my opinion. So I've been working on that. They're on the way down, so I'm waiting for them to get here with the hoodies or t-shirts, whatever she chooses, so I can sublimate them for them. And in the meantime, I'm trying to catch up with a few essential tasks I need to do so I can sign off for a few days. But I have got a launch in mind, so my brain's just going round and round and it's playing tricks on me. So again, I mentioned that I was going to sort out my camera to get it put up onto an overhead arm so I can shut down every battery I've got 5 batteries, everyone is dead. So that's another thing that's not working in my favour. What is working in my favour is my son bought me a Costa. One of the joys of with us both working from home is we'll treat each other to a Costa throughout the week, and it's our way of saying it's all right, keep going, because it can be quite isolating, quite, you know. That's all I've got for now. I'm still battling on. I'm still working on figuring out my space. I don't think I'm doing any actual physical work today, like creating sticky sheets or anything like that. I'm just trying to tidy up for a few days. Normally I'll do work on a Thursday and Friday, and I've got a lot to catch up on, but I have to prioritise this week and allow for the fact that I'm not going to be able to work tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to work probably over the weekend because I'm not sure how long my daughter and the family are staying, and I'm not going to rush them out the door. So wherever this video will be this week is where it will be, because this girl can't do miracles. Okay, so catch you soon. So yeah, thank goodness for Costa and delivery service and the delivery people. So before my house is invaded of bodies, 8 more bodies, 3 being of the canine kind, I wanted to catch up with a few things. I wanted to have some kind of watchable video for you guys to watch, and all I'm managing to do is print the covers of my book review journal. And what I'm doing, when I'm doing the reverse printing, is printing the same page on both sides. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong, because it's just one of those weeks. It's just one of those weeks. And I just feel like stopping the world, stepping off, and just unwinding. But that's life. It's not anything really to complain about, which I'm not. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing my daughter and my son-in-law and my grandkids and the furbabies. So it's going to be interesting here for the next few days. I don't know if I'm going to get to record anything because it will be manic, but